Hello again, listeners, and welcome back to the Koto Classic FPL podcast. I'm your host, Solomon, and as usual, I have my co-host here with me. Chama Chama Nakam. It's been a while.
Boy, billahi, it's been a while. This game week more lulu that. It's been like forever and
Forever.
ever. Yeah. I'm
The
good,
game
man.
week from
Nakam.
hell.
Yeah,
Are
the
you
game week
cool?
from
I'm
hell.
okay.
Like they call it in the community. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been a while since we recorded, if any of our listeners paying attention. But at the same time, we had the AFCON that was going on for the past month.
Yeah, it
So
was
first
exciting.
things first, yeah, congrats to our neighbor Senegal for being the first time winners of the Africa Cup of Nations
Yeah, definitely,
2021.
definitely. It's coming to Senegambia. Senegambia, you win it.
Yeah, Senegambia.
We will not leave it with them. It's ours. It's
Yeah,
ours.
it's ours exactly. So we are happy to be honest. We're happy for them, and also it's a first time appearance for the Gambia. Made an appearance in the AFCON, so that's why we were so busy caught up with the channel itself. The guys were doing their own thing. Uh, Following the journey. So yeah,
Yeah, definitely,
we're proud of them.
definitely. Like they say, because of Gambia's first appearance, it has to mean somebody has to win it from Senegambia. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, they know. It's ours.
It's ours exactly. Yeah. So we're happy about that. And finally that's ended and hopefully we get the players back. But yeah, so we're gonna discuss game week 24 preview. We're recording for that today. And we're gonna talk about for example, what we usually talk about, the review for 23, which is one of the longest game weeks this season.
Definitely.
And yeah, so those of us that are unfortunate to have Dennis as a captain, and you have to sit down there for 2 weeks and see the negative points.
Yeah.
So the red card. So
And it
yeah,
was a
that
team
was
that was
fun.
not worth it, like
Exactly.
Watford and
Yeah.
Burnley. Those are the team that extended this game week to a like from. I think it took 3 weeks. Actually, it was so long. It
Honestly.
was not like even
Well,
an international break.
it's
It's
just
different.
a long game week. It's honestly,
Yeah.
yeah. I think we were pretty much oversold on that. So that's that. Unfortunate. So we'll talk about the mini league update and then some stats, and then we'll talk about the fixtures of 2024. We're trying to make it as quick as possible, and then we discuss the most important part of the pod, which is planning for the next few game weeks using Ben Curlin's spreadsheet, because we have some possible double game weeks and some confirmed one as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, without further ado, Chama, how was your game week?
Well. Not bad. Not bad considering the
You
game
mean
week.
you mean good?
No, not good. Not good. Of course, I play for
It's good. It's good. Come on.
I play for the points. I will take that in a very bad game week, but for me, it's always about did I hit my the target that I set for myself.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if I view it in that light, I would not say it was a good game week because I had 41 points, but of course it was a very very low scoring game week. I think this must be the lowest double game week score ever in FPL since I started playing the game because it was a double game week. Watford has a double,
Yeah,
like we
it
say.
was. Yeah.
So yeah, I will just get into my team and show you how it transpired. Yeah, game week 23, 41 points. De Gea, at least my transfer paid off. De Gea was in goal. De Gea has been a good servant in my team. 6 points. He
Mm-hmm.
kept the clean sheet, so he has been ticking along nicely. And congrats to him for winning the Player of the Month in January.
January,
So
yeah.
yeah, I think it's a well-deserved one. He's Manchester United's outright player of the season,
Best
and
player.
yeah, so
Most consistent too, yeah.
most consistent. Yeah, so 6 point from him. In defense, I had Cancelo, Laporte, and Trent. Laporte was my transfer in, and he was the highest scorer of my game week. So that was a good transfer that I made going into the game week with his 10 pointer, the goal. He could have even get more because I think he missed another sitter in that game, or he hit the post. If I cannot remember really what happened in game week 23,
It's
but
been
that
so
was it.
long.
Yeah, and then I had Bruno as captain, 6 points. Which yeah, if you look at the captaincy around, King, the double game weeker, who was a very popular captain, and Dennis, those were the two most popular captains, I think, for the active managers. So Bruno kind of match Dennis or match King, and then
King.
outscore with Dennis. So that was I would take that, but only on the context of the game. Jota, he was everybody owned him, so it's a 5 points that and then Bowen 2 points, Martinelli 3 points, Gray 2 points, and up top I had Calvert-Lewin with another 1 point. He has been very disappointing since he came into my team. Ronaldo also continued to disappoint with 2 points. The only disappointment I had in the game week was Kufal on my bench, 7 points, but I don't think I was gonna start him, so you can see him at that place on my bench. It means I rated him that as my worst player going into the game week, so I cannot dwell on that one too much. But yeah, 41 points. It's boosted my rank a little bit. I think I was around 2,000 or 3,000, so I moved to now I'm 1,748. And yeah, I would take that. I would take that. And as you know, like you say, there's a lot of double games that is gonna come. There's a lot of strategies. Like I say, this is the game. This is the period I love the most because I plan, and so I'm looking forward to it. How was your game week?
I think it's better not to even talk about that one. It's just because it was at 18 for a long time. I think I had Ramsey on my bench. But first things first, let me just talk about it. I came out with a formation of 3-5-2. I had Foster, who came in. He didn't play the first game because he was back from injury, but he got corona, so he had to sit out. But he came in for the second game. He kept a clean sheet, so I guess that's fine. Cancelo, Trent, and Duffy. And then I had Saka, Bowen, Jota, Sterling, who's also a disappointment, and then Fernandez. And I have Watkins up top, and then Dennis captain with a -2 over there. So it's very annoying.
Yeah.
But I guess, yeah, it could be worse because the funny thing is a lot of people captained him. So I just happened to be one of the unfortunate ones. But if it was another game week where, everybody else was doing well and then I have 24, it would have been totally worse. So I guess that's fine for now. I just have to make some changes and stop taking hits because it's clearly not working for me. So 24 points all out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Less said the better.
The less said the better, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So moving on to our mini league, the Koto Classic mini league. Our manager of the week is Obiba JK. Lala Sulala is Ghanaian, a Ghanaian brother with 65 points. Wow, it's impressive. So he had Ramsdale in goal. Who's the defender that I see here?
White, Van Dijk, and Dinia.
Oh, yeah?
Diaz. So his defense was pretty good. It was pretty solid. White with
4-4-2, yeah.
Yeah, White 8, Van Dijk 8, Dinia 12, and Diaz 2 points. And in the middle, he had Fernandez, Saka, Bernardo Silva, and Jota, who he captained, and Watkins, Antonio up front. So yeah, it was a pretty solid one for him. He even had De Gea on the bench. So yeah, I think he did pretty well for this particular type of game week. To get 65 points, I think it was huge.
Yeah, it was huge. This is one of the game weeks where you can get a high score and then rise rapidly in rank because of the score of the week, which is what, 30? Was it 30 points, I think?
Average was 35.
35. Oh wow, it rose again. Ooh. Okay. So I think that's that.
Let's move to the Koto Classic Mini League update.
Any changes there? So the top 5, I think there's just one movement that I can see. It's starting in 5th, or still in 5th, is Thomas Bright, Jamie Dodgers. Dropping to 4th is Jibril Fall, Modernistas. And I think moving up one place is Ahmed Tijan Suleiman. This guy is rising. He's still going forward. The Reds.
Yeah.
Still in 2nd is Pratik Arora, bench Bakpanka Pra. Sorry if I butchered that name. Yeah, but and still in 1st, still leading the gap, opening things up, man. It's yourself. In 1st, I think you're gonna lead the series, the whole season.
the gap is getting wider. Yeah.
The way this is happening right now, I don't think anybody else is gonna do anything. So,
but you never know. Like the doubles, like I'm talking too much about it, but that's a good period for people to make grounds if you plan well, if you look at your team 4, 5, 6 game weeks down the line, because I think now against the almost every other game week, when we get to bank credit spreadsheet, we will see that now against the end of the season, I think almost every other game week there's going to be something like a double or a blank, or a double and a blank.
So the planning is very important.
It's crucial now.
That's true. You're actually right. Yeah, so let's talk stats. Let's see where the points are coming from because it's difficult, man, to be honest. This past few weeks to really nail down like a consistent performer, but surprise me.
Okay,
Take
let's
it
look
away,
at
Chama. Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Let's look at the team statistics. I just brought up the team stats for the season, and I think there is not a lot of surprises there. So you can see it is sorted by expected goals for attack and expected goals conceded for defense. And if you look at the expected or the attacking stats, Liverpool still at the top, averaging 2.6 expected goals per game. Manchester City, the closest to them, is they are averaging 2.3 expected goals per game. And Liverpool are also scoring like 2.6 goals per game, almost kind of identical stats. This is stats per 90 minutes, by the way. Liverpool are averaging
Hmm.
about 4 big chances, 3.8 big chances per game. Man City 3.0 big chances per game, and then you have Chelsea and West Ham in third and fourth when it comes to the statistics. I think these four teams have been pretty dominant when it comes to the attacking statistics overall this season. And then you look at the defensive statistics. Manchester City, they are the most like steel defense. They have only conceded an XGC of 0.7. So Manchester City, in other words, they are expected to concede a goal, less than one goal every game. So maybe it will take them two games to concede a goal. So defensively, they have been very, very solid. And you can see the number of goals they concede, 0.6 per game. So that is kind of every 2 games they are conceding one goal on average, which is a very good number to have. Liverpool and number two after that. And there is a huge, huge gap between Manchester City and Liverpool. Manchester City are completely in a league of their own when you look at the defensive statistics. Chelsea again at number three. Tottenham, they are number four now. Of course, we can remember at the start of the season they were struggling until Antonio Conte came in, and now in the last few game weeks they have been one of the best defensive teams in the league. So you can see how they are climbing up the ranks. I did not do the last 6 game week statistics, unfortunately, but yeah, and then we look at the teams at the bottom, which is very important when we look at defensive statistics because when it comes to captaining our choosing our captaincy, we want to target these teams that concede a lot of big chances, that concede a lot of XGC. And at the bottom is Newcastle with 2.0 expected goals conceded every game. They are level with Leicester City. Leicester City, surprisingly, they are struggling defensively this season very
Yeah,
badly.
yeah.
You look at the big chances conceded against Newcastle, they are conceding 2.9 per game, and Leicester City are conceding 2.7 per game. Norwich, they are climbing, they are improving a little bit, but they are still conceding the highest number of goals with 2.1 and 2.1 per game. So you look at the attacking players, the teams that is overperforming the most, you will see Aston Villa, Chelsea, West Ham, Leicester City. They are these four teams are overperforming their expected goals, so they are expected to concede more goals than they have conceded. So it's important to know that. And then if you look at the defensive statistics, the teams that are over that are underperforming, kind of, you will say Crystal Palace 0.3. They are the highest underperformers. Norwich too. Norwich have improved defensively since uh they had a new manager Simit. He's doing very well with Norwich. I hope he can like do a miracle and save them there. But then we will let's wait and see. So that is the team statistics. You can see the teams that are to target. Maybe Norwich, or you can add there the bottom five: Leeds, Watford, Norwich, Leicester City, Newcastle. These are all teams that you can target when it comes to captaincy. And then you can see the teams that are scoring a lot of points. Let's look at the player statistics, which is more directly related to the FPL. Um, as you can see in the table, it's sorted by expected points per 90 minutes. And then the players that are in grey, they are players that are kind of not available. But Son played in the FA Cup, so now he's available. James, he's off to the Club World Cup, so he's not available. But I understand he started training, and then
Yeah.
yeah, and then the table on the left is the seasonal starts, and the table on the right is the last 6 game weeks from between game week 18 to game week 23. And if you look at the season stats, I think it's no surprise that the man Salah is still at the top, and Sterling, who kind of a bit frustrating because he's underperforming significantly by minus 1.4, but he's racking up the numbers very well. He is getting a chance every 20 minutes in the game. His big chance is every 73 minutes. So in every game, Sterling is expected to have at least one big chance. His expected goals is 1.103. So in every 103 minutes, Sterling is expected to score a goal. So he's doing pretty well in that department. Jota, like himself too, is doing very well. Big chance every 60 minutes. I think only Salah has better big chance than him. But if you look at chances, like chance involvement, KDB is involved in every 13 minutes. So he is more regularly involved in the game than any other player, which makes it a very interesting one. But you look at his big chance involvement, his XGI is not as high. But then again, you have to remember who he is. It is KDB. He does not need the tap-ins to score goals. He can stand 40 yards out and he will still have a chance, like somebody who is in close to the goal. So sometimes when it comes to big chances, XGI, players like KDB, you have to give them a leeway. Yeah, and the best Man City asset in terms of attack is Foden or Sterling. After Sterling is Foden. Foden also is doing very well. 20 minutes chance involvement, but the issue there is the minutes we don't know. And something interesting here is Edward, because of Crystal Palace. They are supposed to have a double game week, and down the line, I think a few of them, and they have a very nice fixture run going into this crazy period that we are gonna go in. He is number 7, and Benteke is close to him. Now that is the issue there too. Who is gonna start? But I think Edward seems to be the one who gets the spot for now. And then you look at the last 6 game weeks. At the top you have Son. Before he got injured, he was doing exceptional things. Kane, number 2, who is coming to form since Conte came into the team and he started scoring goals. We know when he starts scoring, he can score a lot of goals. Lucas Moura. So 3 Tottenham players at the top there, and then you have Reguilon. So Tottenham players are looking like a very good asset, and they have a double game week. Not the best double, but they have a double game week to come. Arsenal, Lacazette, with 23 chance involvement, 23 minutes chance involvement. He's involved in a chance every 23 minutes and big chance every 57 minutes, which is a very, very good number. And you look at the players overperforming the most, that is Harrison with 4.1 overperformance. Of course, that has to go down with the hat trick that he scored a few game weeks ago. The player who's underperforming the most is from Brentford, Jensen. He's a defender. He had an XGI of he was involved in an XGI, expected goal involvement, every 148 minutes, but then he did not score any goal during the last 6 game weeks. So maybe there is a goal coming there for Jensen of Brentford.
Brentford, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the statistics. Nothing exciting, but still there is some few names that we need to keep an eye on. Edward, the Crystal Palace players, the Tottenham players, especially those players who are gonna play a double game week. Yeah, that is just a brief statistics, because it has been a long game week, so it's important to just look at the players to remember who have been doing well. And Edward, if you look at him on the last 6 game weeks too, he has been doing well. 20 minutes every 20 minutes he's involved in a chance. 76 minutes he's involved in a big chance, and his XGI is 117 minutes. Every 117 minutes he's involved in an expected goal involvement. He has averaged 6.5 points during that period. 6.5 expected points during that period, and he has averaged 7.6 points. So he's overperforming a little bit, which is nice with the numbers that he is putting up. So yeah, that is the stats. Let's move on to the next one, which is the fixtures, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So for game week 24, we have these confirmed fixtures. Those of you that are listening, I think I'll just go through it one more time. Not one more time, but the first time. Newcastle, Everton, West Ham, Watford, Burnley, Man United, Man City, Brentford, Norwich, Crystal Palace, Spurs, Southampton, Aston Villa, Leeds, Liverpool, Leicester, Wolves, Arsenal.
Yeah, so the 2 teams that blanks in game week 24 are Chelsea and Brentford. Brighton. I think we all know that Brighton will have a double immediately after that, which makes them a little bit interesting to look at. So next.
I will not fall in that trap again. So we'll look at the long view. We'll talk about the possible doubles in the next few game weeks, which I'm gonna take us through the Ben Cullen spreadsheet, because I think the FA Cup has been the draw has been done.
Yeah.
Is it the FA Cup? Yeah. So that makes the scheduling a bit more easy to predict, because teams that are promoted wouldn't be able to play. So yeah, Chama, take us through the Ben Cullen spreadsheets. without the
Yeah.
Ben. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
go on.
Okay. This is the bank rating spreadsheet from game week 24 up to game week 33. And I think this is a little bit outdated, but it's still good enough to look at. There is another one which we will look at after this one. And as I said, Brighton and Chelsea are the teams that are blanking. You can see them in red in game week 24. But then you go to game week 25. There's going to be a couple of doubles. Manchester United have Southampton and Brighton at home, and then Brighton themselves have Watford and Man United away. So those are the two teams having a fixture. And Arsenal and Chelsea will blank because Chelsea are currently playing in the Club World Cup, which is the reason why they are blanking in the next two game weeks. And game week 26 too, we have a few doubles. Tottenham, they double with Manchester City and Burnley. Crystal Palace, Chelsea and Watford. Wolves double with Leicester and Arsenal. Leeds United, Man United, Liverpool. Burnley, Brighton, Tottenham. Watford, Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, Liverpool, Norwich, Leeds, which is a exceptional double, and Arsenal, they double with Brentford and Wolves at home. So these are 8 teams are confirmed to double in game week 26. So looking at this table, what you can learn here is that game week 20 from game week 24, which we are gonna enter into, there's gonna be a blank. Game week 25, there's going to be a blank. Game week 26, there's going to be a lot of doubles. Game week 27, there's going to be a few blanks. Ben put the question marks there, but there's going to be those blanks because Liverpool are playing in the League Cup final with Chelsea. So Chelsea and Liverpool are going to blank again there. And then game week 28, there's a possible double game week for some teams. And game week 29, there is also a possible double. Game week 30 is gonna be a blank. Game week 31,
Big blank. Yeah.
Game week 30 big blank. Game week 31, there could be a double again. Game week 32, a possible double. So from game week 24 to game week 32, there is always gonna be something happening. So looking at the right side of this chart, the teams with the blanks are, or the teams that have fixtures to be rescheduled. Brighton, they have 1, Tottenham 2, well, Wolf 1, Leeds United 1, Burnley 3, Liverpool, Watford both 1, Arsenal 3, Aston Villa 2, Everton 3, Southampton 2, Southampton 1, Newcastle 2, Norwich 1, Leicester City 4, and Chelsea 2. So a lot of fixtures to be rescheduled. And then let's look at the next one, the big blank. What is possible to happen? So the FA Cup, after the FA Cup round of games yesterday, 3 fixtures are only confirmed to be taking place in game week 30, which of course is not now, but it's always good to look ahead to that because you may need to use your free hit. If you are using your free hit, you may not worry about it, but if you don't have that free hit, you may want to look at the fixtures. Only Leicester, Brentford, Wolves, Leeds, Aston Villa, and Arsenal are confirmed to have fixtures during that game week. All the other games could blank depending on how these teams progress in the FA Cup, and we have to wait and see what happens there. So that is basically what is going to happen. There's a lot of fixtures to be rescheduled. There's a lot of blanks. There's a lot of double game weeks. So it is important, very important, to plan ahead of this very, very like crazy period in FPL. So looking at
one more thing for the game week 30, there's so few games on, like, for now that have been confirmed that I don't even think is worth using using a free hit. Just 3 games, right?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like it depends on how you view the free hit. Why do you use the free hit? What do you use the free hit for? Personally, I use the free hit for game weeks where I don't have enough players. Personally, some managers, there are some managers out there who prefer to use their free hit on a game week where they have a double game week or something like that.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, maybe yeah. But I for me, it's always about what can you gain from the free hit. Because, for example, if I go into this game week and have a triple Liverpool, triple Manchester City, for example, triple Tottenham, or have the obvious picks or the template picks, then it means I don't have enough players to play. So whatever the case, if I play the free hit, even if I'm going to outscore my original points, and then the gap of the gap between the points that I was supposed to have and the points that I will have with the free hit, that is what is important for me when it comes to the free hit, not necessarily how many points I get in the particular game week. So it's very important. That's why when I played my free hit, you can remember very well, what I checked was what was the gap between my points. It was about 37 points or something like that, if I remember well. So the free hit for me is a chip to be used to, to boost your points in that particular game week rather than to maximize, like to get the high number of points. Because at the end of the day, the way I play the game, you know that is always about how to get the accumulated points, because it's a game that accumulates points. So for example, if in a double game week, my team was set to give me 80 points. But then if I free hit, I can hit 90 points or 95 points. Then that gap is 15 points. But then I'll see that in the blank game week, without doing anything, maybe I would have had 15 points, for example. But then I play the free hit, it gives me 50 points. I will play the free hit in that particular game week and take that 50 rather than take the 100 points. Because it's all about the gap, that the difference that I get from the free hit rather than
the points difference that you can. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
Okay.
So looking at the doubles, looking at the doubles here, what is looking entertaining for you, especially double game week 26, because everybody is thinking about that.
26, I think without even much analysis, you can say the Liverpool double is the best, because I don't think you can get a better fixture than Norwich and Leeds, because we all know playing Leeds is like goals galore. There's going to be goals in that game. Yeah. Playing Norwich, even though they've improved, but they're still one of the worst defensive teams in the league. Yeah. So for me, automatically, a triple captain of Salah is just something that I'm going to play, because I don't think there's any other game week from now until the end of the season where you can play Salah with a better fixture, the double game week. So it goes without saying, triple captain played in this game week for me.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. But again, it's gonna be a game week where everybody around you is gonna have probably triple
captain.
That is gonna be Salah, that is gonna be Trent, and then somebody else. Is it Jota or is it Robertson? Some people are thinking about this along this line. But the fact that now we have Jota in our team, most of us, I think it means you don't need to, especially at this point where you have a lot of blanks you have to deal with. You have to prioritize your transfer somewhere else and then keep Jota for that double game week, even if he's not gonna give you the full 90 the full 180.
Yeah, he's not leaving. He's not leaving. The thing about it for me, like how I think about it this season especially, is the replacements. That you have players that are there, everybody have them, but it's frustrating because everybody has them. It doesn't really affect your rank much. But if you transfer them out, which player is there that is going to match those points? There's nobody.
Yeah,
that I can see. So I don't know. Go on.
So other than Liverpool, which other teams do you think are looking good for the double game week 26?
For double game week 26, I haven't really checked it, but I think Arsenal, I think they have the next best fixture for me. Brentford and Wolves. Wolves might be a bit difficult because they're good defensively, but Brentford is probably an open game. And let us not forget also these single game week players like Manchester play Leeds, which is very good fixture. Even though we are not at our best right now, but that's a very good fixture. Aston Villa play Watford, West Ham play Newcastle. So most of us have like Bowen and maybe Antonio, not me, but a few people have Antonio. So these singles they are not to be ignored, to be honest. If you have these single game week players, don't transfer them out just to get a double game week player. But if you have an Arsenal player, like I have Saka and Ramsdale, I don't think I'm going to get anybody else. But I'm not going to transfer Saka out now because he was in the plan. Even though he has a blank in 25, I was thinking, and also a blank possible. No, I think he has a game in 27. He has a blank in 27. Sorry.
Yeah.
So now I might just take the gamble and keep him for 26, and then maybe chip him out after that.
Yeah, how I'll give it 25, where we have a couple of doubles, Manchester United and Brighton. I think the Manchester United double is very good with Southampton and Brighton at home. And then you have Brighton, they play Watford and Man United at home. How many players are you planning to get for that double game week 25?
I was planning to bring in an extra Man U player because I already have Bruno. I was going to bring in like a defender, like a Dallo. But seeing the way we played well against Middlesbrough. But honestly, we were so casual about the game that I'm having second thoughts, because bringing a hit, I'm not really sure against Southampton we will win or we'll keep a clean sheet because they're a very strong, well-rounded team. Against Brighton, possibly we might win because Brighton play a very good football, but I think I'm confident in that. But I don't think it's worth taking a free hit, to be honest. That is my problem right now. Taking a hit for a defender, yeah.
Okay, so
So
what is your plan when it comes to captaincy in game week 25? Because there's
I
gonna
don't
be a
think I've
double.
even. I've,
A lot of
yeah,
players
go
are
on.
gonna a lot of managers are gonna be thinking of the Manchester United players for captaincy. So
Hmm.
I think they're gonna be popular, Bruno and Ronaldo, regardless of how good they are or how what the form is right now. Because
Hmm.
at the end of the day, they're playing at home, a couple of
They're playing
fixtures,
two. Yeah, they're playing two
two
games. Yeah.
fixtures. So
Hmm.
what will you do there since you don't have any United player right now? Do you have
I do. I
Dallo?
do. I have Bruno. I have Bruno.
Okay, so Bruno is gonna be the captain.
He's obviously going to be the obvious captain. Like he came for a reason because they looked good and it passed. I think gave me 22 or so. They looked good and I brought him in because Salah was out, so I had some funds.
Yeah.
But he hasn't been, as I hoped. But still, this one, even if I wanted to be a bit differential, I think he's the obvious choice here for captaincy.
Yeah. So what do you
Like,
think?
yeah,
How about him and Ronaldo? What is the deal there?
I've never been. This season, I never really looked at Ronaldo for anything. Like, it was nice then to be a fan and always want him in my team. But looking at the past few games, he's been a bit wasteful. He's been wasteful. Bruno has been involved. I can even say Bruno is getting better in the team because he is like a conduit for all the attacking threats that we have in the team, or the best conduit. Also, I wouldn't put it past myself to look at like a Rashford or a
Yeah.
Sancho. Sancho is really coming to his own. Like he was really impressive against Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
So even though I'm not thinking of bringing like a second Man U player, but if I should or if I will, Bruno is going to stay. Obviously, I
Yeah.
might bring in the Rashford or Sancho, but not a defender. Yeah, yeah. I will see how it goes. But
Yeah.
Ronaldo for me, I don't think I'm going to go there. He might bank a few goals, but I'm not hopeful, and I'm not
Yeah.
scared
Yeah.
of not only. Yeah.
Okay, so if suppose you own both of them right now in your team,
Hmm.
who you will still stick with Bruno as the captain choice?
Yeah, yeah, for sure,
Yeah,
100%.
definitely. I think
Because
I
not
agree.
you know he missed a penalty. So right now the penalty position is up in the air now. Ronaldo missed a penalty and it was a very poor one because he kicked it out for the first time in I think how many years? He's never. I think the last time he kicked the penalty, like not a keeper keeping
Like
saving the
not
penalty,
hitting the
but
target.
not hitting the target exactly. So you can say that was a long time ago, and I don't think we have those chances anymore to be able to afford for somebody to be. So I
So
think it goes back to Bruno. I hope it goes back to Bruno. That's my that's my
for the
that's my
penalty. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for the penalty taking.
I agree with you there. I think if you look at the both of them, like over the recent past few game weeks, I think Bruno is
Mm-hmm.
this is the better one. Of course, that is maybe hindsight bias because Bruno in the last double game week he came out with a very big point, which was the 22 pointer. And yeah, that period I was on the Ronaldo camp. I captained Ronaldo because he was the player ahead of that game week who was on form. But like you say, I think Bruno is looking like the player who will more likely to give more points. Also, considering that he is a midfielder and he's more likely to play more minutes than Ronaldo in that team. Bruno almost
Yeah.
plays the 90 every time, unlike Ronaldo. So yeah, I think I will stick to Ronaldo. I was disappointed when I didn't captain Bruno last time and captain Ronaldo, but yeah, I think I would go with Bruno. I have both of them personally, so
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I will have to choose between them. So
If I have two, I don't think I'll keep the two because this is a very good fixture, and then they have Leeds, Watford, so it's a very good run for them.
yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
from now on to 29. Yeah.
yeah, because 26 I have to bring in Salah, so it means one of them
Or one
has
of
to
them
go,
have. Oh yeah, has to be.
and it's most likely going to be Ronaldo. Ronaldo will go down, will be downgraded to another striker, maybe a double game week striker like I talk about Edward, I talk about what's his name again? Maupe of Brighton. He also have a double in 25. So it depends how I go about it. But I have to downgrade a striker or even Workhouse. I don't know how to pronounce it. Workhouse
Workhorse.
Workhouse.
Workhorse.
Yeah, he also have a double.
Burnley. Is it
Yeah,
a
Burnley.
Burnley? Yeah, that's Burnley. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a double in 26 and they have a possible double in 27 too. So they have three unarranged fixtures or unrescheduled fixtures. So they will have a couple of double maybe before game week 30. So to have a double from your striker, I think I don't care which team they play for. As long as they are gonna be nailed, I think I will take my chances there.
Yeah,
So
the
I will
possibilities and yeah.
yeah. Yeah, but I will wait for that
Okay.
one. Game week 25 is sometime still. I think it's gonna be the weekend. If you play the midweek, and then the weekend is going to be the game week 2025. Maybe by then they will announce if the double game week 27 will hold or not. If it holds, then maybe I will have I will have a decision to make there. Yeah. And what is your route to bring in Salah?
It's very easy. I have Sterling in my team, so I think Salah is I'm just 1 million short. So the plan was I've had Reece James in my team for a longest time, so he's gonna leave my team finally, and I'll free up some funds for him. So it's a direct one. Reece James this week is leaving for Cucurella, just Brighton. They have
the double
in 25. So yeah, he leaves. Salah comes in 25. I'm trying to bring Salah in one game week in 25. That is the plan. So we'll see how it goes. 1 million. That's it. That's all I need.
Yeah, but Cucurella don't have a fixture in 24, so maybe it's better to bank the transfer and then use it later in 25. Isn't that right?
I didn't even realize that they blank in 24.
Because Chelsea, they are blanking. They're supposed to play Chelsea. Chelsea who play,
So they escaped. I was supposed to bring in bring in Dalot and Cucurella for a hit. So maybe I'll just go with Dalot instead and just bank that transfer. I mean, I was supposed to take a hit, but now bring in the other one, bring in Dalot, and then in game week 25, take a hit, bring in Cucurella, and then Salah.
Nice.
So we'll see.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the fixture ticker and see the teams with the best fixtures going into this run, like how they are ordered, just to give us like a picture of the teams that has the very nice fixtures. And maybe because of the strikers you are targeting, maybe you might want to look at the strikers that have a good run, because you don't only want to focus on the players that are playing the double game week, like you say. You want to look at the players that have
you look at the single game weeks. Yeah,
you have to look at it on both sides. The fixtures they have before the double, the fixtures they have after the double. Are they gonna blank? So there is a lot of consideration to do before you can do that. So here is the fixture ticker going to the Fantasy Football Hub fixture ticker. Man United, they are at the top of the ticker, and because of they have a very nice good run of fixtures with Burnley, the double with Brighton and Southampton, then they play Leeds and Watford. So from game week 24 to game week 27, before they play Man City and Tottenham in game week 28 and 29, they have a very good run of 4 fixtures. So that is something to note. And Liverpool, I think this double game week of Leeds and Norwich, you will never have a better double. I think you said that, which is right, but then you have to deal with them in game week 27 if you triple on Liverpool, and you don't have your free hit to deal with, or you don't have the transfers to deal with it. And then don't forget Arsenal also blank in that game week, so most likely we're gonna have some Arsenal asset because they have a very good double game week 26. Leicester, Chelsea, maybe we will not have those players because of Chelsea. They are currently having a lot of blanks, 3 blanks in the next 4 game weeks, so I'm not sure anybody will wanna go to Chelsea right now. So yeah, but Man United are at the top of the ticker. Liverpool, Tottenham too, they have nice fixtures. You mentioned Kane. We did not say much about him, but Son too is back in the lineup. They don't have the best double, Burnley and Man City. Maybe you will not see that as a very good double because of Man City away. It's a difficult fixture. But then you look at the size of the fixtures that they have: Southampton, Wolves, Leeds, Everton. Then maybe it is worth it to consider the Tottenham asset. And then you look at a player like Son. He is a player who thrives when he plays against big teams, against the Man Cities, against the Liverpools, regardless of at home or away. He usually thrives. So I don't think it's a bad idea to get Son in this double game week against Burnley and Manchester City. What do you think?
I mean, Son is always a quality player. And the way they are playing now, Conte has turned the team around and the confidence is back. You can see Kane is now back to Kane, and Son has always been Son. Anyways, when Kane was going through his issues, Son was still banging in or doing the best or being their best attacker, best outlet for attack. So I think the problem now is fitting him into your team, because you can't have a Salah and a Son and a Ronaldo. So you have to prioritize which one is a priority for you based on the fixtures. And I think Son is a differential way to go, because I don't think a lot of people had him before the injury, but then now it might be a bit difficult to fit him in. But if I could, I would probably have him in my team and forgo some of the template midfielders that's in the game right now.
Yeah, it's a difficult one, like you say. Yeah, because I checked my planner. Yeah. When I checked my planner too, it was so difficult to fit him into my team, and especially I'm considering to bring in Salah. So Salah is the priority for game week 26.
Yeah.
So that makes it difficult. And then after them, you have Crystal Palace. I've been talking about Edouard. I've been talking about his numbers looking good, and then look at their fixtures: Norwich, Brentford, and then they double Wolves and Chelsea. Then after at the other side of the double, they play Burnley, Wolves, and then they face Manchester City. So the last two games of their run of 6 game weeks, Wolves and Man City are a pretty difficult one. But the 4 game weeks, game week 24 to game week 27, I think they are very, very good option to consider. What do you think? Who else do you consider there apart from Edward at Crystal Palace?
I mean, I think I've always wanted what's the midfielder's name again?
Gallagher.
Gallagher. I've always been a fan of the guy, but it seems like it's never a right time for me to bring him into my team because my midfield is always like stacked, and the players that are there like are not players you want to really bring out. They are like, apart from the obvious, maybe Saka. The rest are pretty nailed on, and they're pretty like doing well this season. But I've always been saying good things about Edward, since he came from the Scottish League. Yeah. So I think now might be the best time to bring him in because of this run of fixtures and the double game week. Benteke was also not doing too badly, but I think Edward pips him for the starting place. He either plays, I think, as a winger or as a striker, but either or. But if I had to pick, I'll pick Edward.
Yeah, but they also have a lot of attacking options, which makes it a bit tricky for them. Zaha is back from the AFCON. Ayu is back from the AFCON. And Olise has been doing exceptionally well. I think he's now looking like the better, like cheap option. midfield option in their team. I think I really like that kid. The way he plays, he's just a very wonderful kid. I think he's gonna go on to be a very top player. Maybe I don't think Palace can keep him for long if he continues the trajectory like he's on right now. So that's it. But also then you look at this, who's gonna start up top. Mateta has been playing in the absence of Benteke, and Edward has been playing on the left in the absence of Zaha and Ayu. So they have a lot of attacking options who to go with. But I think Edward, now he has settled in and they paid a lot of money for him. So probably
he is a top guy. Yeah.
Yeah. For me personally, I think those two are my options. Edward and Olise are the players I will consider. With Gallagher, I think now he might drop a little bit deeper into midfield, but of course he's a very energetic player. He can run up and down. But because of the attacking options they have, they might want him to help them secure the midfield so that the attacking options, they will do the thing up top. So that's why Gallagher for me. And also, let's not forget that he plays Chelsea, and he's a Chelsea player on loan to Crystal Palace. So
yeah, he will not be eligible to play.
He will not be eligible to play in the double game week. So in his double, for him, he's going to play one game, which is Watford. So that alone rules him out for me in the picking order. And then next one, you have Watford, your guys. And I know many managers still have Dennis and Joshua King. What is your plan?
We can't get rid of him.
What is your plan with him? They have a double again.
The funny thing is, like, if I could transfer him out right after he got the red card, I would have. But I think for the first time, I'm proud of myself for not making any rash decision, because I'll keep him. I'll keep him until the double. Yeah, and then after he is out, I don't think when he leaves, he's not going to come back into my team, to be honest.
And also you have to remember that they have a new manager, a very defensive manager in Roy Hodgson. So that also kind of reduces the appeal of their attacking players. Yeah, you can
they might just have like a few attacking players up. Yeah, not that expansive football that they're used to playing anymore.
Exactly.
I think they're trying to. Go on.
No, I mean, you can even see that in their game against Burnley. That was the first time this season they kept a clean sheet. The first game they have Hodgson managed the team. They kept a clean sheet. The game ended 0-0. It was a boring 0-0. There was not much in that game. They have not kept a clean sheet all season until they played in that double game. So that only tells you that they're gonna be a bit more defensive. And they have a lot of strikers. Ismail Assar is gonna come back into the team. They have what is his name? João Pedro is there, and then Joshua King is there. So I think he was gonna play with one striker, and then bulk up the midfield. So who's gonna start now? It's gonna be a competition between Dennis and Ismail and Joshua King for that number 9
And I think position. King is more of a talisman in the team, because he's a very experienced player. And I think if it comes down to both of them, I think King keeps his place, to be honest. Maybe João Pedro might have a competition. Maybe Dennis might play on that side. But like you rightly said, I think they are they are more focused in the defending part because they have to solidify their place in the league. They have been sleeping down. That's why they fired the coach. Anyways, 2 coaches in one season so far.
Yeah, that is
You know,
that is Watford for you, man.
yeah.
And then you have Leeds United, of course. Our guy, the best option there is only Rafinha always. They have Aston Villa, Everton, they double Liverpool and Man United, Tottenham, Leicester, and then Norwich. Not the best of fixtures, but with Rafinha on penalties, Bamford still injured. I think Rafinha Leeds will score goals, and usually if they score goals, even if they lose, Rafinha is usually involved in the goals. Would you want to go there, considering they have a double?
Yes, I've been looking at Rafinha, but the timing has never been right for me to bring him in. Unless, like I said, I think I probably have overall one place in midfield that I can probably go without, which is Saka. Um, like looking at my midfield, I have, let's say, Sterling, who's going to be converted to Salah. I have Jota, who's already, somebody you cannot change. I have Bowen, who's doing exceptionally well this season. So apart from that, I have Fernandez and Saka. So the problem now is Fernandez is Manchester. They have a very good run of fixture. Saka also doubles in 26.
Yeah.
Right. So now the problem is, how do I bring Rafinha into this team? I
Yeah,
already
you
have
are
five
you are already
midfielders
you are
that
already
are
stuck.
already
You are
stacked.
already stuck in midfield.
That is
Yeah,
the problem for me right now. So I have many players that I want to bring in that I want to own, the Sons and but how do I fit them into this team? The only place that I can, really change things around is my striking department, because I have like very cheap strikers. Apart from Watkins, who, was like an average striker this season, Dennis and Broha. Broha is not leaving because he is a very cheap option up top, and
yeah,
he's doing well. He's growing into his own. So somebody to just to have around. He
yeah,
enables me to afford other players.
definitely.
So that's it. And defense, that's the only two places I can make changes right now. But I would like to own Rafinha, to be honest. He's one of my favorite players to watch and to own. Even last season, I had him the whole of last season. So
Okay, that's fine.
yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, I think we covered this top six teams there. What Wolves do, they have nice one, and they have some cheap options. They should be considered too. Aston Villa, they don't have the double yet, not confirmed, but they have some on rescheduled fixtures, and they have nice fixture on Leeds United, Newcastle, Watford, Brighton, Southampton, and West Ham, which is very nice. So yeah, I think we covered the main teams, that is the top six teams, and yeah, and some of the teams that we should be considering. Let's look at our teams going into game week 24.
Before we go to that, let's just I think we have like the transfer window just closed. Like I think most of us were keeping. It's not a boring one that we expected. There are a lot of movements happen.
Yeah.
So we're not going to go through all the transfers, but which ones that have been made are the ones actually like interest you so far?
uh in terms of transfers, for me personally, I think Aston Villa is the team that interests me when looking at FPL point of view. Because they signed a left back who is a
Yeah.
very good FPL asset. That is Lucas Digne, and they signed Coutinho, a midfielder who has also been doing very well when he was in the league with Liverpool. So these are two players that I'm considering, but at this point in time, they are not priority because of they are one of the teams that don't have the double in the next 2-3 game weeks. But eventually, at some point in the season, they will double, and their fixtures are looking very nice. So immediately, I deal with my priorities, which is include Salah and a bit of Brighton and a bit of Arsenal. Then Aston Villa from game week 27, which is possible. It is possible that they could double in game week 27. I will start looking at Aston Villa players with a very eagle eye. But right now, yeah, that is one team that I consider. Also, Burnley, you look at, they signed the new top striker, which is Workhouse. They sold Chris Wood, 6'6" striker, or 6'4" striker, and then they bought a taller
Six,
striker
yeah,
than
the
him,
tall guy.
6'6" striker.
Yeah,
And
Chris is 6'4".
yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
if you look at the deal, I think they are the winners there because they bought him for cheaper. And to be honest, in my opinion, I think he is a little bit better than Chris Wood. If you look at their numbers, and he plays for Holland, and sometimes he scores a lot of goals. He has been averaging a lot of goals in the Bundesliga with Wolfsburg. Yeah, and yeah, he's a very good striker, and hopefully he start well. He played the first game, but he did not score. But hopefully he will like keep the ball rolling very soon and start scoring some goals. He is somebody I am considering. Newcastle, they did a lot of transfers too, but defensively I'm not still. I maybe they will improve with look, what is it? TNE? No, I'm
TPA.
mistaken. 3PA and Target, who left Aston Villa, and also they signed Bond. So defensively they might improve, but still it's not a team that I would target going for their defense. Everton too did a
They
lot of deals.
Yeah, you're forgetting one player. I think they signed an attacking player, like a midfielder. Is it Guimaraes?
Gimares, he's a defensive midfielder. He's a holding
Defensive
midfielder.
midfielder.
So
Okay.
he will also help them in making their defense better, making their better
Mm.
in controlling games. But also they signed
Exciting.
Chris.
Yeah.
They have Chris Wood too. Chris Wood too. Maybe he could be a good asset because we know he is
Maybe.
a player.
Yeah.
He who always scores a lot of goals. And Everton too. Dele Alli and Van der Beek of Man United. I don't know what's going there, but it is possible. Van der Beek usually when he plays the few minutes, he's usually in the goal for Man United. He does not play a lot, but when he plays, he usually be in the goal. So if he has a regular playing time, what can he do? We'll have to see there. So we have to look at Everton. Liverpool too. We did a good signing. That is Diaz. But then in an FPL context, I don't think it's somebody we should consider unless there was something like a few injuries or some players unavailable at Liverpool. Then maybe he can be an option. But right now, there is Salah, there is Mane. These are one of the best players in the world. As you can see, they played the AFCON final yesterday. Mane becoming the best player in the African Cup of Nations. So I don't see Diaz coming in and then taking that spot. Like I say, that Diaz deal was a deal for the summer. It was forced because Tottenham were also moving for him, and Liverpool knew they had to do it now, or else they might risk the chance of losing him to Tottenham. And he was gonna be our summer signing. So yeah, for FPL for now, you just have to watch him and see until he is nailed. Once he is nailed, for a Liverpool attack, whoever is nailed in that attack is a very good FPL asset.
Yeah.
That is
Asset
the
to
thing.
own. Yeah.
How about you?
Okay.
Other players I did not mention that you think I
I know.
should.
I think I think you covered. I think I want to talk about Luis, even though like he's somebody that I'm eyeing because I like attacking players. It's like another Rafinha for me. So yeah,
Yeah,
I was very excited about
actually they are
that.
very similar. Like it's a
Yeah.
Rafinha but with the right foot, who kicks with the
Uh-huh.
right instead of the left foot. They are very similar.
Yeah, I'm very excited about players like that. Flair players.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you covered almost all the important new transfers that we have in the Premier League. If we are forgetting anyone, maybe I don't think there's maybe influential in FPL.
In FPL.
Okay, so we move to the last section of the pod, which we'll talk about squad and our transfers for Game Week 24. You can go ahead and start.
Okay. My team looks like this ahead of Game Week 24. I have De Gea in goal. Cancelo, Laporte, who I brought in last week, Trent and Kufal. They all have very good fixtures. Everyone is playing at home, so you know how I like my players playing at home. In the middle, I have Bruno Fernandes, Jota, and Bowen, and in attack I have Calvert-Lewin, Ronaldo, and Antonio. And on the bench I have Backman, Gray, of Everton, Martinelli, and Lamptey, who does not have a fixture. So the only question marks in my team currently are Bruno Fernandes. He's currently yellow flag, but I learned that he's okay. He should be fine. It was just a knock. Calvert Lewin too. I read today that he is back in the squad, so I'm happy to own him. As to he play Everton. He plays Newcastle, who I said I don't like their defense yet, but with the new defensive signings, let's see how they improve on that department. So I don't intend to do any transfer this week. I have one free transfer. Looking at my team, I'm happy with the team going into the next game week, so I don't need to use my free transfer. I will hold onto that and have two free transfers going into game week 24. That is the double game week 25, sorry, for Brighton and Manchester United. I already own 3 Man United players for that. I only do own 1 Brighton player for that. So going into that double, I have 4 players. But then I have to make a move in that game week, or else I will risk the chance of losing a transfer. And that is the transfer I am considering now. I'm not actually considering anything going into this game week. It's just my team as it is. So nothing to do on my team. Do you have any idea, any move you have in mind, or any player that I should I should change?
I think you're pretty much fine because this game week there are no doubles, so I think you already have the players that you need to have anyways to be in a very good position to prepare you for the next few games because this game week is just there's nothing to target, to be honest. I think the more free transfers you have going into each game week from now on, it's going to be crucial.
Yeah, banking
That's
is
the
very
thing. Banking
important,
is
right?
yeah. So that's why I'm not looking to take a hit, again, because as much as it's good to take a hit to prepare or have 2 or 3 players that have doubles, I don't think this week is worth it, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your team.
My team, as you can see, Duffy is flagged and he doesn't also have a game, so I just transferred him just right now. Livramento, he has been, the flag is off. I think he's
Yeah,
eligible to play right now, and they
yeah,
play Tottenham. So I'm just going to do a direct swap for him. But I wanted to bring Dallo, like I said before. I don't think it's really necessary because they play Burnley, and away. Burnley, fine, we might keep a clean sheet, but if I bring Dallo in, it's just for the double in 26. Or is it
yeah.
25? I can't even remember anymore.
And then there's the
Yeah.
risk of him not playing both games, because
Yeah.
he's the first choice, I will say, right now for Rangnick, but he is not 100% nailed.
So nailed.
So
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
there is still the risk.
I don't want to bring in. I don't want to bring in a transfer that might get me. I want to bring in something that is 100%
Concrete.
bet right now. So yeah. So I might bank, or maybe it's just going to be a waste because I don't want to make a transfer just for one game week. So I might bank and wait until last minute and make a transfer. But I have to think about it. That is the main thing. Right now I have as it stands in my new team, I have Ramsdale in goal. I'm playing a 3-5-2 still. I have Cancelo, I have Trent, and I have Livramento. I have Saka, I have Bowen, Jota, Sterling, and Bruno in midfield. Pretty stacked midfield, and I have Watkins against Leeds, and then Dennis, who I'm stuck with. I cannot do anything about that for now. So that's my team. And who are we going to be captain? I think we
Uh,
have
who did I put it on? It's on Trent,
Trent.
and I'm probably gonna stick it to Trent. Yeah, it just reminds me of the Leicester fixture, the triple assist and the goal. So, and Leicester is the worst defensive team in the league, as we know. And Trent has been involved in almost Liverpool's attacking returns every time. He already amassed 10 assists in the league, and another 3 assists in the FA Cup and the League Cup, and a couple of assists in the Champions League. So already this season he has 15 assists, I think, and 3 goals for Liverpool, which is like he is playing like a midfielder or like an attacking player. So he almost always gives you an attacking return. And Liverpool playing against Leicester. Leicester is a good attacking team, I know that. But with Liverpool now everybody back, I expect us to be a bit more solid when it comes to defense. We have all the important players we have to control games. So I can see Liverpool keeping a clean sheet, and I can see Trent getting an attacking return. If you look at his last 5 game weeks, I think he have not get a point less than 9 in the last last 5 game weeks. And if you remember well, before Salah left, he was outscoring Salah almost every other game week. So I would rather captain Trent than captain Jota at this point. And yeah, I trust Trent more. And I expect him to start, and I expect him to play the 90 minutes as long as he's not injured or anything. So that's why I'm sticking my captaincy on Trent. Cancelo is also another option, but because of Trent's upside in the attacking play, like I know Cancelo is a very good attacking player, but when you look at their numbers, Trent does not even compare to Cancelo. Cancelo, the reason why he's having a lot of points this season is because he's playing regularly. Man City are keeping clean sheet regularly, but he is not involved in a lot of attack. If you look at his numbers, I think there was a game he had 2 assists. He scored a goal, 1 goal, and less than 5 assists. If I'm not wrong, he got less than 5 assists in the league. So completely Trent is outperforming him when it comes to attacking numbers, in goals, in attack, in creativity. So I would rather keep it on Trent. But Cancelo is also a very good bet. So perhaps he might be the player who holds my vice captain. Because I don't trust the West Ham player. I don't trust Antonio. But Bowen too is another player who I can think of.
My captaincy is on Bowen right now. I mean, Watford has been poor, like you said, but I think one game is still not enough to get the defensive structure in order, like playing against West Ham.
Yeah.
So and Bowen has been like on form for the last few game weeks. To be honest, he's been the consistent performer in midfield this past few game weeks, even though we have had this long break. But I think if you look at the fixtures and if you look at the track record of all the teams that these assets are playing against, I think Bowen is the one. I was going to put it on Sterling, like you see there, like I have on my draft Sterling, but I've always had bad luck this season with Sterling. Anytime I bring him in for like a differential type of, he does just watching him is just frustrating because he has
Yeah.
all these chances, but he never really like. He's not a
Convert
player
them.
that you 100%. Yeah, hasn't. So annoying, like So I don't think he's gonna be. You can't trust the player and you can't put the captaincy on him. That's a major risk. I'm not willing to do that, so I'm just gonna give it on Bowen, who I trust and who has been doing it for me. It's either gonna be on Bowen. I was looking at Jota too, but last time you guys played Leicester, it was pretty difficult, even though it was away at Leicester, but they beat you guys,
Yeah.
Liverpool, and they were pretty solid defensively. And I know for a fact that they respect your attack. So if they're playing you guys at home, they're not going to come all out and say they're going to play like free flowing football. They might
Yeah.
concede one or two, but they're not going to play it like they're
Open
not going to be
football.
risky. No, I don't think so. They're going to also defend again and try to counter.
Yeah.
So points are there, but I don't know. I think for me, the first choice that comes to mind is Bowen, maybe Cancelo, but that's it for me. Only
Yeah.
those two options.
Yeah. I'm gonna stick it to my boy Trent. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we've come to the end of the pod. Anything you want to talk about that we forgot to mention?
Yeah, I think just give a plug in for our page, the YouTube channel, and our Twitter pages, WhatsApp pages, or our like Instagram. We have a lot of socials now. We are very active on socials. We
Active.
have not been, yeah, we have not been very active on our socials, but now we are trying to be a little bit more active. So please engage with us on our Twitter pages. We have the Kodu Classic Kodu Classic Twitter page and the Kodu Classic Facebook page. And also, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you are new around in our channel. And if you like what we do here, please consider hitting that like. It helps us grow a lot. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's welcome back the games. The games has been, we have
Yeah,
missed it a little bit, but
we
we were
have, we have.
distracted by the Afcon,
It
so it
was a
was a
good
good time.
distraction. Yeah,
It was a good
yeah,
distraction.
most definitely. So we've come to the end of the pod, guys. Thank you for always listening and supporting the pod. Hopefully we'll be on the way with this Gameweek 24, and we hope everything comes back to normal for managers like us that struggle with the long game week from hell. Hopefully we come back and to our stride. Okay, catch you guys on the next one.